Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
And we're live Friday at Big Boy.
Oh, yeah.
And Taylor, what's up, Spenny? We got Spencer filling in on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry, obviously, you've all heard the news. Big love to Terry Foster. Wishing him and his family nothing but the best. Can't wait to have him back. But let's just get into it.
Let's get right into it. Big game last night.
Oh, big game last night. The Warriors win their fourth title with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, and Steph Curry. The Boston Celtics fell apart. They just did. I think their best game they played was Game 3.
Yes.
And even then they got killed in the third quarter. But the Celtics really never had a chance. Experienced, I think, played the biggest role in this series. But Spencer, initial reaction, the Warriors now 4 titles in 8 years. Are they one of those teams that will look back 20, 30 years from now and say, oh, they're the Lakers in the 80s, the Celtics, even the bad boy Pistons, the Chicago Bulls? Are they going to be at least in the conversation?
Undoubtedly. You know, this is a dynasty. This is what LeBron wanted in Miami. This is what those teams were supposed to be. Not 5, not 6, not 7. You know, this is something that you don't see every day, and the greatness needs to be appreciated because especially it's a different way. We've never seen it like this. We've never seen this guard-dominated three-point shooting ridiculousness to lead this kind of dynasty. And mad props to Steph Curry. Love the guy. You saw his reaction after the game, how much this meant to him, because we all know the situation that went down with KD. He joined the best team in the league. They won a couple championships. Steph had to take a back seat. Now, Draymond's dream came true. He said, we won before you, and we're going to win after you, and they did. And it's just impressive, especially against this deep Boston team.
You know, I feel like the whole Kevin Durant thing is so funny and adds so much more to the finals because it's like, you know, dating a girl.
Yeah.
Right? You date this 10. She's phenomenal. She takes care of you. She treats you well. Relationship's good. No issues. You get into your first fight in 3 years, and then she just walks out the door.
Yeah, and finds a new man.
And you're a nobody. It's not like you're not somebody.
Yeah.
You, my friend, are Jeff Bezos. You're Steph Curry. And imagine being Kevin Durant last night, watching the game unfold, and be like, yeah, I picked the guy that believes in the flat earth theory over one of the greatest point guards of all time. Yeah. I'm making the right decisions in my life.
He's got Steph Curry texting him about horoscopes and what sage to burn in his mind while Steph Curry is holding up his next NBA championship. And like I said, I'm a Michigan State guy, Michigan State alum, so I'm happy for Draymond. Draymond finally came alive in this game when they needed him the most. It was a classic Draymond game. He's doing everything, assists, rebounds, defense, playing great defense, holding Tatum down. I saw also Steph was guarding Tatum and stopping him, and it was just amazing. I think the biggest thing, like you said, on top of the experience, the Warriors have been there. They've done that. The Celtics team was young. They haven't been there. Even their old pieces, Al Horford, never been there. But another big thing is coaching. Steve Kerr is an amazing coach, and he showed that he knows how to get his guys going. He knows how to make them be in the moment and say, hey, we're in the finals now, all right? There's no more time for starting off slow or getting down. We have to go out there and get it. We have to attack. And that's what they did, and they went out there and took it from them. So all props to the Warriors. Yeah,
100% props to the Warriors. There are questions in the chat. It's something that was circling around Twitter. I don't think anybody had an answer for this, Spencer, which was, what do we make of this Warriors dynasty 4 in 8 years?
Yeah.
My feeling, my takeaway is it's special.
It is.
And it's unique. It's different. It's different than all the other dynasties. Mm-hmm. This is an 8-year period, 6 finals appearances, 4 titles, with a core team, Draymond, Klay, and Steph, that they drafted.
Yes, drafted and built.
They built Jordan Poole. They traded for Andrew Wiggins. That at the time it was the worst contract in the NBA. They made it work.
Yeah, and these guys, their core, Steph, Klay, Draymond, these weren't guys that when they got drafted into the league, they're going to set the league on fire. This guy is going to be Rookie of the Year, MVP candidate. Steph Curry is going to be a unanimous MVP. These were projects. that they brought in, they had faith in, they built together, they built that chemistry, and it's so good to see that, to see a team like that have that kind of success. It's very important because that shows you that you don't need the top draft picks. You don't need a 1 through 4 guy. You can get a second rounder in Draymond. You can get, I think Clay was 16 or something like that, and these guys will come in, they will be Hall of Famers, and they will win championships for you. And the only 2 years they weren't in the finals was when one of those guys had a devastating injury. So.
Clay, I mean, you want to talk about stories. Klay Thompson misses 2 full seasons.
Yes.
And then the year he comes back, granted, he looked awful in the finals.
Terrible, yeah.
He made it back.
Yeah,
he made it back. He made an impact. Yes, he wasn't, a splash bro throughout the whole entire playoffs. But look at that team. We talk a lot about how important it is to build your team around your star player. In my opinion, I don't believe Steph Curry is surrounded by shooters.
Yeah, they
can hit the 3-point shot occasionally. That's the nice thing about Jordan Poole, but he's streaky. You look at Andrew Wiggins, streaky 3-point shooter. Nothing that'll blow you away in terms of consistency, but they're well over 30%. They're definitely respectable, but they can attack the rim.
Yes.
And you know who is the most underrated player on that team in terms of attacking? No, in terms of attacking the rim. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, yeah, he
never gets the credit. Oh, he's just the greatest shooter of all time. Last I checked, every time he comes off a pick and roll and he has a mismatch, unlike Jason Tatum, unlike LeBron James, unlike a lot of the guys in the league, he attacks a basket.
He attacks it,
and it's not just sometimes, all the time. If you don't trap and double, he's going to attack the basket. If you do, he'll make the right play.
That's for sure. And that's, he had that nickname, I don't know if it's still stuck, the babyface assassin. And that is part of his shooting, but it's also part of his mentality as a player. Like you said, he's attacking those off the screens. Even in Game 5, when he shot 0 for 9 from 3, he was still getting downhill. He was getting to the basket. Yeah, he only had 16 points, but that's what you do when you miss 9 3-pointers. And it was impressive to watch him. How many times did he single out Al Horford last night, where he's got Al Horford on him, and he takes that man to the rim? Because you can't have Al Horford standing in front of Steph Curry.
Yeah, but Al Horford, I could argue, along with Robert Williams, were the 2 most important players to the Boston Celtics. I saw a lot of people dragging Al Horford on social media. Oh, well, what's Al Horford doing guarding Steph Curry?
Yeah.
That's not ideal. Al Horford was the guy keeping them in the game with his 3-point shots and his rebounds and his offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. That actually brought it to a 9-point game. Where was Jason Tatum? Where was Jaylen Brown? Where is, I need these tall, lengthy, athletic superstars? No. You just need stars.
You need a guy. Yeah.
You look at the last 15, 20 years, outside of the Pistons and the Mavericks, but the Mavericks had Dirk. But still, they weren't a star-driven team. The Pistons and the Mavericks, those are the only 2 teams in a 20-year sample size to deliver a championship while being a significant underdog. Kawhi Leonard, he joined the number 1 team in the East.
Yes.
And look, to his credit, he did take him over the top. He was very fortunate because none of us would be talking about Kawhi Leonard right now. 1, because he sucked the last few years. And 2, what do you know? Klay Thompson tore his Achilles.
Yep.
And then Kevin Durant tore his Achilles.
Yep.
Or, excuse me, I think in the finals it's ACL for Thompson. Yeah.
ACL for Klay.
But still, that was not the Warriors that you saw. And the fact that they could recover, they had the worst record in the NBA 2 years ago.
Yes. And the pick they got from that didn't even play.
Nope.
James Wiseman didn't play at all. Jonathan Kuminga, another high draft pick from them being terrible, didn't play at all. It was the guys they built, the guys they already had there, and it's so impressive.
It was Steph Curry. Steph Curry, I don't want to hear can't lead a team. He needed Clay. He needed KD. He needed Draymond. If you didn't see it, his MVP type years, when Clay was out, when Draymond was in and out of the lineup, and he was carrying that team into a play-in game, I can't help you if you can't see it.
He was the first unanimous MVP for a reason. Like, this guy revolutionized the game. He's special, and there's still nothing you can do to stop him. You got to pray he has an off night like he did in Game 5.
And you still lost.
It's so
because he makes
impressive.
so much more of an impact than just when he shoots the ball. That's what I hate about people when they talk about Steph Curry. One of the greatest players off the ball in NBA history.
For sure.
Super high basketball IQ.
Yes.
He can facilitate. He can, again, his movement is a problem. Even if he doesn't have the ball, he's causing your defense problems.
Running around. Him and Clay, without the ball, are very similar to Rip Hamilton, where they are just sprinting sideline to sideline looking for an open shot. And on top of that, the amount of pressure Steph Curry being on the court puts on a defense is it's unfathomable. You have this guy that can go off for 40 points any night. You have this guy that can shoot from 32 feet at a high clip, and the defense knows that. They have to be aware of that. They have to be aware of where he is at all times. We saw it in the Kevin Durant finals. It wasn't Kevin Durant getting double-teamed. It was Steph Curry getting double-teamed, because that's what happens. That's what happens when you have a transcendent player like that the defense needs to pay attention to, and that's what happened again.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Biggest surprise in the NBA Finals?
Biggest surprise in the NBA Finals, outside of Klay, I'll give Klay a little leeway because he's coming off those crazy injuries. He played the whole season. This is the longest he's played in 4 years. So not that. I'm going to say Jason Tatum. It has to be Jason Tatum.
Really?
Choking.
Wow. See, I was gonna. It was gonna be a two-parter. Yeah. So maybe I should have phrased it differently. Biggest surprise in a positive way.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew Wiggins.
All right. So we're on the same page. Because the follow-up to it. Maddie's here, by the way.
Maddie.
The follow-up to it. You can't miss Maddie, by the way. She laughs at anything.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Maybe you're just really funny. How about that?
Maddie Faye.
I don't know. I feel like you're giving me way too much credit. I'm not a funny guy.
You're right. You're not funny at all.
The biggest surprise, I think we agree, Andrew Wiggins in the best way.
Yes. 100%.
The biggest disappointment, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, yeah, he dropped the ball. But with Andrew Wiggins, that's what he was brought in there for. Andrew Wiggins was brought in there to be the Andre Iguodala that Iguodala can't be anymore because he's old as dirt.
What if I told you Harrison Barnes back in the day before KD?
I can see that.
But a slightly better version.
Slightly, but more athletic.
Could get to the basket.
He can get to the basket, create his own offense when needed. How many times did we see, they were saying, oh, the Celtics are going to kill these Warriors. They're too small.
They're more physical.
They're more physical. They've got Al Horford and Robert Williams. How many times did we see Andrew Wiggins take the ball, go across the lane, do one of those sweeping hook push shots right in the face of one of those guys that is supposed to be dominating them? And that's what it is. That's why this guy, Andrew Wiggins, was the number one pick. That's why Andrew Wiggins was so highly touted. He was one of those guys that's going to be the next LeBron, like Sean Livingston.
He's the athlete that comes out every year.
Yes.
But do they turn out to be a star? No. Tatum, I think, is a star player.
Yes.
He's no superstar.
No superstar.
And we're going to get to that a little later. And really what this finals means after for a lot of players in the league, for Jason Tatum. A footnote to end the conversation before we go to break. That's special, man.
Yeah.
And I want Pistons fans to realize 4 and 8 years, I don't think that could ever happen in Detroit unless you drafted that way and unless you hit like that.
Yes.
Having said that, I think now you appreciate what getting to 6 conference finals in a row means, what getting to 2 finals in that span means, and how you can replicate it and build it now with Cade Cunningham, because I think we all agree he's not only a star, he has superstar potential, just like Jason Tatum.
For sure.
Has superstar potential. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will discuss whether or not Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time, wins his first finals MVP, so congratulations to him. But if you were smart and you listened to me, because I told you that Golden State was going to win, you fuckers.
I didn't listen to you, but I still bet.
Oh, you would have won a lot of money on my bookie.
I did win. Thank you very much.
Shut up, Maddie. Bet from anywhere, anytime using my bookie. You can bet on my bookie even from here at Big Boy. I don't care what you do or where you do it. Oh, man. Awesome. A lot of money made last night. I'm glad I didn't listen to Ryan or Maz about the Boston Celtics. Sign up today using code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the Odds Trader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to Odds Trader, and best of luck.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on the Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2.
Nice shirt.
We are live from Big Boy and Taylor. I do have the best shirt here.
No, Sticks is
old
classic.
school.
I don't know. Mine's pretty good.
What, me and Spencer are chopped liver?
Yeah, you guys suck.
Hey, the only Big Boy shirt they gave me was a long sleeve. At the last time, I was like, it's gonna be too hot. Nobody wants to see these pit stains.
Also, the even fact that you thought we were coming back to you is hilarious. But thanks.
Yeah, how about you shut the hell up? And here we are, back on the Morning Woodward Show.
I don't know. I look way better than you this morning, but it's okay.
Well, I mean,
Today only.
If we're honest, you look better than me every day.
That's
and
so
that's
not true because
much.
you got your haircut yesterday and your beard cleaned up. And now you look good.
I've never seen Maddie compliment me.
Yeah,
she probably had breakfast this morning. That's why.
So untrue. And no, I did not have breakfast yet because I was saving it for Big Boy because Big Boy's breakfast is so good.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what's so good and who's so good.
Me.
And
thank you.
Look, Spencer. Maddie, shut the hell up. Is that Rogelio? Can I get a hug?
Let's go.
Raj,
Raj?
Can I get a hug?
Raj.
This dude coming 2 days off.
Give us 1 second. This guy just had appendix surgery.
Literally, he texted me yesterday and he goes, "Hey, Maddie, I can't lift more than 10 pounds, but whatever you guys need at the remote broadcast tomorrow, I got you." And I'm like, "You just got your appendix out. I need you to relax and chill out."
That dude is a soldier.
He is one of my favorite people ever. Sorry. Back on track.
I'm your favorite person ever, but I understand.
I think I am.
You need to take a back seat, Spenny.
You see how happy he is now that I'm on the show?
100%.
That is so false.
We're gonna
if you say anything besides me as your favorite person, you're wrong.
When's the last time he complimented you live on the show?
Literally every day.
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Fishy, yeah.
I don't recall.
Are
Anyways.
you for real right now?
Well, how?
Maddie, I'm trying to.
Whoa.
All right. Spencer.
Yes.
We talk a lot about who the greatest players of all time are, who are the top 3, top 5 players at a certain position, regardless. I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
Because I am arguably, outside of Neil Rule, I think, on this network, one of the biggest Isaiah Thomas slappies.
Yes.
Isaiah Thomas I have mad respect for. I've always had him as the second greatest point guard of all time on my list. Magic obviously being one.
Yes.
I didn't need Steph Curry to win a Finals MVP for him to be the third greatest point guard on my list before the playoffs started.
Yeah.
To win pre-KD, with KD, post-KD, go find me the superstar in NBA history that did it in multiple different ways, with different rosters, with the same core who all regressed except him.
Yeah.
That's never been done before.
No, it hasn't. And that's I'll put him at 2. I'm gonna put him over Isaiah.
Yeah, well, I'm putting him at 1.
Wow.
Yeah. I believe, and I'll tell you why. I believe Steph Curry is the greatest point guard in NBA history. Not because Magic Johnson is a lesser player.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with Magic. It has everything to do with Steph.
Okay.
Forget the 4 championships. Forget the MVPs. Forget the Finals MVP. Forget the All-NBAs. Forget the All-Star appearances. Forget everything. Revolutionize the game.
No doubt.
Change the way the game is played. And what's funny is...
on a global level.
Not only globally, just fundamentally, how you play basketball. People forget. People think Steph Curry... You know, when they think of Steph Curry, it's, I'm pulling up from 3. Yeah. That's not Steph's game, actually. That's his dagger shot, typically.
That's his strong suit.
Like, he did it when they were up 19.
Yeah.
And he put them up 22, and they went to the timeout, and he said, give me my 4th ring.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just randomly dribbling up the court, not playing in an offensive set, and just throwing the ball up.
Yes,
this is a guy that plays fundamentally the right way. We always give LeBron credit for making the right play, making the right pass. He's mature. The hell's Steph Curry?
Yeah.
He's just as mature. Is he a gifted passer? Is he as good of a passer or better passer than Magic? No. But he is everything that you want that embodies a superstar player.
Definitely.
And for me, the greatest point guard of all time, I don't need to think twice about it. Magic Johnson, phenomenal player. Isaiah Thomas, phenomenal. Steph Curry has done what Magic hasn't done, what Isaiah hasn't done, and not only revolutionized the game, but he's brought it along by playing the game the right way. How is Magic relatable? That's the word I use.
Yeah.
I can't relate to Magic as an individual basketball player. I'm not 6'11", handles like a guard, greatest passer of all time. Like Steph Curry, I can do that. I can hit free throws. I can hit the three-point shot. I can fundamentally just pass the ball correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, for most players,
Yeah.
right? So Steph Curry is the most relatable superstar, I think, in NBA history. And I'm comfortable putting him up as the greatest.
Definitely. I mean, there's an argument for it. I just put Magic up there because, as you said, Steph revolutionized the game. Magic did it too, to a way. Other than Oscar Robinson, he brought in that era of big guards, big guard play. These guys that can go. He, when his Hall of Fame center went down in the finals, started at center in the finals and won finals MVP. Like, that is something else that is otherworldly talent, otherworldly God-given physical ability, and I'm not holding that from Steph. I'm not putting, but when you have it, you have it.
Yeah, this isn't a conversation where I'm going to get upset and say, "Oh, you're wrong."
Yeah.
Again, I think at least there's a conversation to be had that he should be or could be
Definitely.
the greatest point guard of all time. That alone is enough. At this point, he's top 3 for sure.
No doubt.
He's higher than Stockton. He's higher than Nash. Higher than Kidd. It's not even close
Not even
anymore.
close.
There is a, everyone talks about being on the Hall of Fame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're in this executive wing on the plane. There's the upper class wing.
There is,
right?
yes.
And there's the Hall of Famers, and then there's the guys. We talk about the 3 greatest, I don't know, let's say small forwards of all time.
Yes.
Bird, Bron, KD.
Yeah.
That's upper echelon.
Oh, yeah.
It's now Magic, Isaiah, and Steph, and everyone else.
As Meek Mill would say, there's levels to this issue. And it's literally like there is tiers. You always see the tier ranking, and the tier from those top 3 after the drop down there's such a big gap. As you look at Steph, as you look at Magic, Isaiah, and then after that, you said it's Stockton, it's Chris Paul, it's Steve Nash, it's these guys that aren't on that level. They're not in that stratosphere. And we've talked about, we had the conversation, is Chris Paul better than Isaiah Thomas, which is laughable, a jokeable offense that some people actually made in the chat. And Neil Rule, that man blew up that day. But it's different when you have, like you said, a transcendent talent in Steph Curry. This guy is someone that back when I was growing up, it was Kobe. You're out there playing basketball. Kobe, you're throwing it up. Kobe, and now it's Curry. It's these kids that you see all the highlights. You see all the funny videos of 12 under games, 10 under games where these kids are chucking up threes and just bricking every time. But it's because they want to be like that. They want to be like Steph Curry. They want that greatness. Like you said, on and off the court, everything you want out of your superstar player. This guy has done it in multiple different facets, like you said, with multiple different teams. And it's just impressive. He's a home-built talent. He had all the slack coming into the league. Oh, he's too small. He's not really a point guard. He's more of a 2. He's too small to play 2. But he showed everybody wrong. He showed he can be an MVP. He showed he can be a champion, and he showed he can be a finals MVP. And it is impressive. There is nothing you can hold against him. Like I said, I still have Magic at number 1, just partially my Michigan State fandom.
Which is fine.
Partially because my dad drilled it into my mind because Magic Johnson was his favorite basketball player of all time.
You don't want to know how I was raised.
Yeah.
Obviously Jordan.
Okay.
But my dad to this day says if Jordan wasn't alive in the NBA, that Reggie Miller would have dominated the 90s. He's a big fan of Reggie Miller. He thinks Reggie Miller is one of the most underappreciated superstars.
That's one of the best NBA moments ever.
Yep.
He told Spike Lee to choke on his nuts. Like, that was one of the best things in Madison Square Garden. Like, it is so beautiful.
Yep.
And I love Reggie. Obviously, same thing. Reggie's a great guy on and off the court. We see all his commercials and all that stuff. Very marketable person. I love when he does commentary. He's great at that as well. But it was Bird, Magic, Isaiah in that era. And then Jordan came by. He crushed the whole thing. And if he didn't go play baseball for a couple years, he would have more chips, and the Rockets wouldn't have any. So it's very impressive. Like you see, and for Steph Curry to do that in the era of NBA player empowerment, in the era of players deciding where they want to go. It's a different thing.
I have to ask these tough questions because somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
We talk about mobility all the time.
Okay.
I want you guys to look at this Golden State Warrior team. I want you to look at the previous Milwaukee Bucks team.
Yes.
Homegrown teams have won the last 2 championships. Homegrown teams have gotten to the finals the last 2 years. Not mobility. Yes, LeBron. LeBron's the exception. I love when people tell me, the small forwards, people that are going in free agency are taking over the league. Kawhi Leonard, KD, LeBron. I mean, you just listed KD and LeBron. That's like the 2 of the best 10 players ever. Yeah, if you give me them, we're probably going to the finals.
Yeah.
But I do want to visit back to Steph. Just everyone's talking about Andrew Wiggins. Maybe he should win Finals MVP. Steph Curry, 34 points, 29 points, 31 points, 43, 16 in Game 5, and followed it up with 34, 7, and 7 in a closeout game. For the series, he averaged 31, 6, and 5, all higher than his regular season totals. That's what you're supposed to do in the finals. You're supposed to elevate. We give LeBron credit all the time. 27, 7, and 7 in the regular season, then a triple-double king in the playoffs.
35, 12, and 11.
I present you a guy that did everything better when it mattered the most for his basketball team. I'm done with the Steph Curry conversation. I'm done with the hate. He is arguably one of the greatest point guards of all time. That's a no-doubter anymore. He should be appreciated, and I think you can absolutely have that conversation. He's got 4 rings now.
Yes, I think the only people that hate Steph Curry live in Cleveland.
Oh,
because there's no way you can hate this guy. He is such a nice dude, such a cool guy. We saw him do the golf thing. He seems like a great person to be around, and he's great on the court. Like we said, he's arguably one of the best point guards of all time. He's arguably a top 10 NBA player of all time at his stature, at his size, where Jalen Rose said it, the NBA is a big man's game, not for Steph Curry. The NBA is Steph Curry's game right now.
That's right. I love that. I absolutely love that. You're 100% right on that. I couldn't agree more. Adam, where is Steph Curry currently ranked all-time at the point guard position? Jonah, I would put him 1 this morning. I respect everybody that says Magic at 1 and Curry at 2. I have no problem with that. What I will say, and Neil Rule will probably have to acknowledge it in a little bit, which is he's better than Isaiah.
Yeah.
And I love Isaiah so much. No disrespect to Isaiah.
Yes.
Steph Curry has eclipsed
Isaiah Thomas
on the all-time rankings.
I agree.
We need to go to break. When we get back, we got a jam-packed show. Jared Goff on a podcast the other day says it's time to present a winner in Detroit.
That's nice to hear.
Nice to hear.
Let's see it on the field.
Let's see it on the field. But before you can see it on the field, you have to be working out at an exceptional level if you're playing professionally or even in high school. And the High School Summer Pass, brought to you by Planet Fitness, is going to allow 14 to 19-year-old high school students to work out for free all summer long at any of their local Planet Fitnesses. The promotion ends August 31st. Again, if you know any high school teens, your kids, your friends, anybody you know that wants to start taking their health seriously.
Why are you looking at me?
Let me see your ID. How old are you?
I'm 25.
We can make the exception.
Okay. Hey.
Get to Planet Fitness or visit planetfitness.com to get more information on the High School Summer Pass. Excuse me. I don't know, Maddie. Don't look at me like that.
Figure it out.
Look at this coffee. It's not even fully, consumed yet.
Got about 2
She
sips
just
in there.
filled it up for you. She literally was like, oh, there's room? Here you go.
All right, well, we'll be back in a little bit to talk some Detroit Lions and Jared Goff.
Oh, great.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Our friends at Alto Equipment, they know that when it comes time to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why they partnered with the biggest names in construction. So if you've got a big project coming up, Alto Equipment's got you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
I told you guys, Maddie laughs at anything. You could literally watch. You ready? I'm just gonna point at the wall.
Stick's treating her like a cat. He's dangling my keys in front of her.
Listen, it's not my fault that I think you guys are all hilarious.
I mean, you're right there. Yeah.
It should make you feel good. Don't at me.
No, I'm offended. What
are you offended about? Because honestly, this is the least offensive thing that I've done to you.
You laugh at anything. You know, you're the girl at the bar that anybody can just walk up to and say, "Hi, my name's John." And you just start laughing, and then you'd be like, "Oh my God, you're so funny."
So funny.
That's not true. I don't tell people that they're so funny. Besides you,
it does take away from truly funny things when you laugh at everything.
Well, I apologize.
I do agree.
I can't help it. It's just who I am.
No, keep laughing. The chat loves it. Maddie Thick.
Maddie Thick.
Hashtag Maddie
Can we
Thick
get
in
Maddie
the chat?
Thick in the chat, please? That would be fantastic. Jared
we don't
Goff,
need that.
Speaking of thick, Jared Goff knows a thing or two about
Jared
having
Goff
a thick
is
woman.
not thick.
She's not thick, but
His
is.
girlfriend.
I don't know, dude.
His girlfriend is like honestly a 6 to me.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
She can take her fake titties somewhere else.
Hey, we appreciate fake titties, number one. Number two,
we don't
Fish,
shame fake
mute her
titties.
mic and turn off her camera. We're done with Maddie for the day.
A 6?
A 6.
Excuse
A 6.
you.
Jeez
Go
Louise.
do
What, do you want me
something.
to rank the Lions
Go work in the
wives?
back. Go work in the kitchen. Get out of here. Go.
I honestly do very well in the
Jared Goff's
kitchen.
girlfriend
I know,
is way
I know.
hotter than Kelly Stafford. I'll say that right now.
I didn't compare her to Kelly Stafford, but
saying,
thanks for
I'm just
doing it
saying.
for me.
Yeah, I'm just
However, should the next rankings be the Lions wives?
Yes.
All right.
And Jared Goff's girl should be number 1.
Oh, no.
She's on the swimsuit. What are we doing? I'm trying.
Actually, I have a surprise for you guys for the rankings for next week. So no one's ready for what's about to happen.
Maddie's going to expose somebody that's like cheating on
Oh,
somebody.
I'm
God
totally exposing. It's going to be great.
knows. All right. Well, look, Spencer,
Yes.
Jared Goff hops on a podcast, discusses, what the culture's like in Detroit. Feeling good. He's basically saying all the right things, if
Yes.
I'm honest. He's
Saying
saying
what
what
he
he's supposed
needs
to
to
be
say.
saying. Yeah, 100%. It's a big year for him. This is his future in the NFL. It really comes down to this year.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it reminds me a lot of Alex Smith. When he first got to Kansas City and they were starting to put together a decent roster, it was like, well, what are we going to accomplish with this guy?
Yeah.
He at least won you a division game. He at least got you to the playoffs. Like, he won you things. You accomplished things with Alex Smith. I think that can be the case with Jared Goff if they build a quality team around him,
Which they are.
which they definitely are. They're adding talent, but he says it's time to deliver a winner in Detroit. And my question to you, and I'd love for everybody in the chat to comment as well,
Yeah.
what is your definition of winning, and what do you need to see out of Jared Goff where you're like, yeah, I can watch this for the next 2-3 years?
Yeah, winning is obviously it can't happen in 1 year, but it's sustained success. It is getting there, being a name that's like, okay, pencil them in. They're winning 10 to 12 games. They're going to be in the playoffs. This year, I don't think it's going to go down that way. I have them at around 7 wins this year, although I know it is a weak schedule. We've gotten a lot better on the offensive side of the ball, let alone we know what the defense is switching up. They're going to be attack. We have our boy Adham down there. He's going to be a big name. He's going to be making some big plays. So we'll see how that defense looks. But what they can do to make me love Jared Goff, to make me accept Jared Goff, is honestly nothing. I don't think there's anything they can do aside from Jared Goff going out there and putting up an MVP season. Then I'd be like, all right, maybe I'm wrong. But I know what Jared Goff is. The NFL knows what Jared Goff is. Sean McVay knew what Jared Goff was. Brad Holmes knows what Jared Goff is. That's why he never says anything about the future. He says the coach talk stuff, the GM talk stuff. This is our guy. He's our guy right now. We got him in there. We'll roll him with Jared Goff. What are you supposed to say about your starting quarterback? That's all you can say. So aside from Jared Goff going out there and putting up 5,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, I don't think there's much he can do to sway me to his side.
But do we need the fan? Why do we need to be swayed by Jared Goff? Why can't we just go into the season in agreement? If he plays well, we're happy.
Yes, if he plays well, we're
happy. If he
happy.
doesn't play well, that means the team isn't going to play well. And that means they're not going to win football games, which means you're going to be drafting a quarterback next year.
Yes.
So I really have no issue with Jared Goff. I think he's not what he used to be. I mean, let's be honest. After 3 seasons, he was one of the elite up-and-coming quarterbacks. Yes. And then he just completely fell off. There's a reason you traded for him.
Yes.
And you got 2 first-round picks to take him.
Yes.
There is a reason for that.
Salary.
Nobody wanted it. It was a bad contract.
Yes.
And let's just call it what it is. This guy can easily, I believe this year, lead a 3-13-1 football team again, or lead an 8, 9, 10-win team.
Yes.
Because if Dan Campbell is what you want him to be, Detroit, if you want him to be one of the up-and-coming good head coaches, he's not going to sit there at the end of the season with 7 wins in 2 years.
No, you can't let that happen.
That's just not a thing. That doesn't happen in the NFL. Bill Belichick doesn't start 3-13, 4-13, and then suddenly they become perennial Super Bowl contenders. Well, Spencer?
Yes.
The Bengals got Joe Burrow, and then they sucked.
Yeah.
They sucked, and then they went to the Super Bowl. Why can't the Lions do that?
Because we don't have Joe Burrow.
You don't have Joe Burrow, and you have to remember I talked about this yesterday. I don't know if you caught it. How fortunate you have to be sometimes in the NFL and in all sports, right?
Sure. There's a little bit of luck.
The Lions were fortunate to get Penei Sewell. He goes top 2 any other year.
100%.
The Lions were fortunate to get Aiden Hutchinson this year. Only one team believed Trayvon Walker was better, and that was the team that was picking in front of him.
Yes.
So you have to be fortunate sometimes, and the Lions, I think, have been fortunate under Brad Holmes because I believe in life you make your own luck. And then you look at the Bengals. Joe Burrow is drafted. Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow looked promising in those 7-8 games he played his rookie year.
100%.
They looked really good. He got injured, and they lost every game after.
Yes.
They had a top 5 pick. They got Jamar Chase. And everybody expected 7-8 wins that year. They won 10.
They made the Super Bowl.
And they made the Super Bowl. I mean, that is an anomaly. Joe Burrow was the first quarterback in NFL history drafted number 1 overall to reach the Super Bowl in his second year.
That is wild to me. And it is what it is. What we have with Goff, like I said, you know what he is. You know he's not the guy that's going to bring you over the hump. And so from looking at both perspectives, if he plays poorly, you're in line to draft a young quarterback. You're in line to get one of these guys. If he plays well, you can trade him. You can do what the Rams did. You can trade Jared Goff for a starter to push you over that edge because that's what he is. He's a bridge guy. Accept it, Detroit fans. Accept it, Lions fans. Jared Goff is not your savior, Kendrick voice. It's bad, but we have 2 avenues out of it. We have the classic Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith avenue, where you draft a young guy, he plays under him, you hope it works out, or we have the Browns, which isn't working out too well because Deshaun Watson's going to be suspended for 12 years, or the Rams option where you can trade that guy and you can bring in somebody. You can bring in a guy that knows how to win, that is better than what you have, and it pushes you to the Super Bowl when you're ready.
I like Funky's comment in the chat. He said that Alex Smith, you could look at him and Goff more as a dock quarterback, not just a bridge, a guy that you can build a contending roster around, and they can do okay things with it, and then you pull the trigger.
So is that what Alex Smith is? He's not a bridge. He's a
Alex Smith at the time was a bridge dock. Games. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's to me it's the same thing because they're limited, right?
Yes.
They're not a quarterback that has superstar franchise quarterback ceiling, and that's really all you're looking for. If you look at the NFL and how it's played right now, the reality is a quarterback can win you a lot of games. Matthew Stafford just won a Super Bowl in LA. I promise you.
Another one.
I promise you, there are maybe 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm being generous on that number. That could make some of the throws he made in big-time moments last year. Tom Brady, I know for sure, would do it. Aaron Rodgers would not do it because he's never done it.
He has the ability to do it.
He has the ability, but he will never do it in the playoffs. He's never done it, and that's the frustrating thing.
He did it once.
Yeah, early on, no pressure, right? Nobody thought they were, a 6th seed at the time, wild card team. So
Donald Driver, Greg Jennings.
Yeah, great defense. But still, no, not to discredit it. It's just there's a difference between leading and winning as a unit.
Yes.
And there's levels to this. You're going to need a franchise quarterback, like you said, down the road. I think Jared Goff is a good option for the Detroit Lions for now. Mm-hmm. And if he sucks, I mean, I hate to be repetitive. If Jared Goff sucks, you pick in the top 5 this year.
Oh, no doubt.
If David Blau plays half the season, you will lose every game.
But he's looking great at practice.
And I will be one of those people that if Jared Goff goes down early or he just plays like butt cheeks and he's missing all the throws and the receivers are open and the plays are there to be made and he's not making them, then I can sit there and say, I'm not going to look at the coaching staff and hold them completely accountable. They are slightly accountable, but they're not overwhelmingly, I'm ready to get rid of them after 2 years. I'm willing to draft the rookie quarterback and see how they do with him. And if there's significant improvement, all hypothetical right now, well, then you keep him around for year 4. But I don't see that happening. Yeah. I see Jared Goff winning 7, 8, 9 games possibly this season. Yes. I see the Lions being one of the biggest pain-in-the-ass teams to play against.
For sure.
So,
and that's what I've said. I think obviously Jared Goff is going to do better with the new weapons they put around him, with the Ben Johnson getting a full year, a full training camp, all of that ready to go, having the offense loaded up. He's going to perform better. But much like Jimmy Garoppolo, much like those other people, Jared Goff isn't a quarterback you win because of. You can win with Jared Goff, but you're never going to win because of Jared Goff. And in the NFL, especially in the playoffs, you need a quarterback you will win because of them. You win because Matthew Stafford goes out there and makes those throws. You win because Tom Brady goes out there and does that. You're not going to say, oh, we won that game because Jared Goff went out there and threw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
You might have one game, 2 games this year that he does.
He does.
And that's it.
But
only
not in the
one.
Playoffs.
Only
not,
one.
Not
only
the
2.
Highest stage.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's like what the Niners are dealing with
Jimmy
Garoppolo
G.
right now. It's they have that complete team. They have everything you need except for a quarterback. Maybe Trey Lance is that. We'll see it this year. But we don't even have that backup option.
You know what's funny? I love that you brought up Jimmy G because
you love him.
He's handsome.
He is handsome.
Regardless.
He had
regardless. A wife or girlfriend for a while.
Oh man, he smashes.
Living life.
Living his best life. Jimmy G has that limitation too.
Yeah.
Right? You give the Niners a better quarterback, maybe they don't choke in the fourth quarter.
Oh, 100%.
Because Matthew Stafford made the plays in the fourth quarter, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't, and that was the difference. And then you go to the Super Bowl, the same thing. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp connection in the fourth quarter. Joe Burrow had Jamar Chase, but Aaron Donald mauled him.
Yes.
But beyond the point, they made the plays when they had to, and they did, and that's why they're Super Bowl champions. You go back to Jared Goff's Super Bowl run, he had a 55% completion percentage. He threw 1 touchdown in 3 games and 2 interceptions. That was the Rams' Super Bowl year.
Yes.
That's what he did coming off a 40-plus touchdown year.
Yes.
1 touchdown, 2 interceptions in 3 games.
And it was because their weapon on offense was gone. Todd Gurley got hurt, and Jared Goff fell apart. Jared Goff didn't know what to do if he wasn't handing the ball off to Todd Gurley or pulling it out of the belly, and you have all the linebackers sucked in already, and you can just dump it over their head to Bobby Trees or one of those guys out there. So I don't see it. I don't know why everyone is so – obviously, I mean, I know why everyone is so enamored because they're Lions fans, and they love anything with a pulse that has a Lions uniform. But this is not the guy. You're not that guy, pal. And it's proven. So, like I said, I think he's going to be better. I have them at 7 wins. I could see them getting 8. I think 10 is a little much, especially even though it's an easy schedule. It's still a tough division. Packers have one of the best defenses in the NFL.
100%.
They still have Aaron Rodgers, even if he's throwing the ball to me and Fish. They have the Vikings are still a great team. We're obviously a loaded offense with Justin Jefferson, with Dalvin Cook, with Alexander Mattison. Kirk Cousins, I believe, is a better quarterback than Jared Goff, so I'll give them the edge there. Slightly. It's a slight thing, but he's still a little bit better, and they have a good defense as well. The Bears, complete doggish. They're never going to be good this year. Justin Fields is going to die. I feel bad for Justin Fields. Maybe we can get him on a reclamation project, but we'll see.
I do want to continue the conversation after break, not only about Jared Goff, also expectations going into the year.
Yes.
Very important questions coming in the chat from Garrett. Adam, would you let Jimmy G smash? You're damn right I would. We got to go to break.
That's what I said.
That's Maddie, you can tag along if you want.
No, I said it for you.
Oh, rip.
I said 1,000% he would. Actually, I said 10,000% because I had an extra 0.
You're dyslexic. So
I am dyslexic.
We got to go to break, but it's hot outside and summer is here. And the official drink of the summer is the Mulligan, brought to you by Gypsy Vodka, iced tea, lemonade, and 8% alcohol with Gypsy Vodka. When you're out on the golf course, or just hanging out with Spencer in the backyard, grab a Mulligan and enjoy your time. Ask for the Mulligan at your local golf course or at a Total Wine near you.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Well, guys, it is warm outside today, and you can get your tan on outside. But if you need to get your tan on a little quicker than that, head on over to Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you find the cleanest salons in the D. They have spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. They'll even beat their competitors by $5. Stop throwing sugar at me, you assholes. Chili Peppers Tanning. They have the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Peppers Tan. I got you, Fish.
All right, we're back.
We're going to get kicked out.
I know. We're back here at that Big Boy out in Taylor.
Big Boy?
Stop by on Telegraph.
And it's not just because Spencer's on today.
Heck yeah. You know, you to bring the Big Boy.
I'm digging.
Big Boy show, baby. That's
I'm
what
digging.
it's all about. Fish,
I'm digging Spencer
watch
today.
Yourself, Fish.
Fish.
Hey, don't talk to my boyfriend like that.
Did you see his face when he threw it at me? He looked disgusted.
You guys, if you would see Fish's headshot from when we did it the other day, it's the cutest thing in the whole world.
I didn't see mine either.
I'll send you them.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't open up your goddamn
You look cute
emails.
too, but Adams is really good too.
Are there emails?
Anyways, we gotta continue.
I didn't know I had.
Let's continue the conversation with Jared Goff. Maddie, what the hell is that?
You.
Just shut the hell up and don't open the phone when we're doing a show. Anyways, continuing our conversation.
These guys are texting, talking crap about me right now.
No.
trust
I
me.
promise you. I promise you that's not the case.
No, we're texting about something else.
Continuing the conversation on Jared Goff.
Okay.
It's important to point out that when Alex Smith was the bridge quarterback for Kansas City,
Yes.
what did he offer them more than anything?
Stability.
Stability, and what stability also means is time.
Yes.
And Brad Holmes and company have time to get a quarterback. See, another regime, another front office tandem, what they do is they draft Malik Willis at number 2. And they force it. Or they draft him in the second round. And they reach, and they go, and they go. And there's no need to right now. Until Jared Goff tells you, hey, I suck, I'm not good enough to be in the NFL, there is no need for you to rush and force your hand. Now, if you finish 9-8 this year, and dare I say 11-6 the following year, but you just can't get over the hump, you just can't win the division, you just can't do the little things that you need to do,
Yes.
but you feel like everything else is in place, You know what you have? You have draft picks.
You have capital.
And you can move them all for that guy, just like Kansas City traded up for Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
They went 12-4 and traded up to 10. This is not a hard concept. Does that happen every year? No. But if you actually look at the NFL, Josh Allen was 7th overall. Justin Herbert, 7th overall. Patrick Mahomes, 10th. Even Deshaun Watson, I know he's got a lot of BS going on right now, but he was an elite quarterback, taken 12. You can find guys without having to trade up into the top 2, top 3. Would you prefer to be picking top 2, top 3 when you need a quarterback? Absolutely.
Yes.
But don't tell me you can't trade up and get your guy.
And that's a good point, because what is the Lions' narrative always during the draft? We have so many holes to fill. They need so many different pieces here and there. And now it's not like that. It's starting to change. We don't need an offensive lineman. We don't need a wide receiver. We don't need, hopefully, a defensive lineman if this all works out. So those pieces, these holes that we need to fill are starting to get filled. So when you have all these draft picks and you only have the one glaring hole at quarterback, it makes it a lot easier to move those pieces, to move some things here and there, like you said, and get up in that top 10, make that pick. Because I can't tell my whole life. We've gone into the draft, and Mel Kiper or whoever has sat up there and said, oh, this Lions team, they need to fill so many holes, we don't know where they're going to go. But now it's more obvious the glaring deficiencies on this team. There's really the only holes we need to fill glaringly are quarterback and linebacker.
And you know what's funny is I think we forget the Lions have 2 first-round picks next year.
Yes.
In the upcoming draft, they have 2 first-round picks. They're going to be just fine. They have capital. That's what's so beautiful about Brad Holmes. David C., Aaron Donald beat Tampa Bay. David, you're lucky I'm at Big Boy, because if I wasn't, the amount of F-bombs I dropped, and I would insult your mother, your father, I would insult your whole family. But I'm not going to do it because I'm going to stay respectful here out at Big Boy. So we're just going to move on.
That's very big of you. Yes.
I am becoming a mature human being, all right?
That's beautiful.
I'm working on my game.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Beyond the point, though, expectations that I brought up a little bit earlier, I thought 7, 8 wins is probably where I'm just going to land at.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I think if you tell me that Dan Campbell is a capable coach, is a good coach, is that guy that you want leading your team, I would confidently tell you this is a 10-win football team this year.
Yeah, and I think he already is. Maybe not X's and O's, anything like that, but we've seen from Dan Campbell that people want to play for him, that people love what he has to say. Obviously, yeah, it was a joke. It was the biting kneecaps at first. It was the double thing at first. But then you start to listen to what he's actually saying. You start to see how he makes his players feel empowered, feel ready to go. You see the competition they're getting into at camp. You see not only the players having competition, but the coaches having competitions. You see Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn saying, I'm going to be the best coordinator in Detroit history. We'll see about that, because I'm going to be the best coordinator in Detroit history. That all stems from Dan Campbell pushing that drive down through the ranks. And it's impressive to me. This guy is a leader of men. This guy is a motivator. He is what you want out of a head coach. Now, we'll see exactly if he can get it done analytically, X's and O's wise. There's still some questions there. But I think about him leading a team, leading a group of men, instilling a culture, a drive into people. Those questions are already answered from Dan Campbell.
100%. 100%. What the only place where I'll disagree with you, though, is you have to prove it.
That's fair.
Right, you have to have results. I can agree he seems like a very good guy.
Yes.
People love to play for him. They love to talk to him. That's great. Are you going to win football games? People liked Jim Caldwell.
I love Jim Caldwell.
People respect Jim Caldwell. Good. What does that do for me? Right? So at the end of the day, if Dan Campbell can lead this revolution in terms of culture change and win divisions and get to the playoffs, dare I say host a playoff game, do I even dare say win a playoff game in 3 years, and they're winning multiple and they become contenders, I would love nothing more than that. I would shut the hell up and put my hands up right now.
I talked about this on the Jeff and Gentry podcast yesterday. Make sure you check those.
Jeff and Gentry,
make sure you check those
my
guys
husband.
out. Newest pod coming from Woodward Sports. But I talked about if the Lions win a home playoff game, Detroit would burn to the ground.
Oh, I know.
I would be running naked through the streets of Greektown if the Lions.
We got to make sure he's not employed.
I really would. I would have subscribed to Woodward Sports.
Quite
on
literally,
my chest,
though. Quite literally, we
naked.
win one game, and that's what it's like in downtown Detroit. Like, it's like we won the freaking Super Bowl down there. We win one game.
When I was there, thanks to Woodward Sports, even though, I got gypped out of the Christmas party, but you guys made it up for me, gave me front row seats to that win.
Gypped out of the Christmas party? They told me the day before.
Yeah, they didn't even tell me.
I don't even think I went.
They told me the
You
day
didn't
of.
go.
They told me the day of and said, "Oh, sorry, you got to
Christina Gennari was my partner at bowling.
Yeah, but so I was there. I was sitting front row with my father. That game they won against the Vikings. That amazing fourth quarter comeback, Amon-Ra's game-winning touchdown. Unfortunately, that was in the opposite end zone, so we weren't right there for it. But it was still amazing. I hadn't felt that in so long. The Lions games I've been to before, they lost against the Giants a couple years ago, against the Chiefs a couple years ago, when we almost won that. That was a beautiful game to be at. The energy there was insane. But after that win, Ford Field sold out. You just had people going crazy and people pointing and laughing at Vikings fans like, eat this, buddy. And it was just a great experience to be in. So, and I've been to Red Wings playoffs games where they win, and I know that vibe is insane. So imagine a home playoff win for the Lions.
It'd be fantastic. But again, before I label Dan Campbell as a good coach, excellent, one of the better ones, top 10, top 12 in the game, he's got to win football games.
You got to see it. Yeah.
So that is always the caveat in the NFL. You're able to win in the NFL. In the NFL, you're able to turn it around really quick.
Yes.
You have the GM. Hopefully you have the head coach. And you don't need the quarterback. You can win with average quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It can be done. It literally happens every year. There's a division or two every year that is won by an average quarterback.
Regular season, yes.
Come on. We're talking winning divisions, man. I know people talk about Super Bowl. How about you win your division first? Because if you're good enough to win your division, you're good enough to win a playoff game. And if you're good enough to win a playoff game, you ready for this? You can get to the divisional round. And if you get to the divisional round, if you win that game, you get to the NFC title game.
Yeah.
Not a complicated process.
It really isn't. Win games, move on. With
the NFC being so weak, question from Jane.
Yes.
What do you think the percentage is the Lions can make the playoffs as a wild card? I actually think I think there's a high chance because I personally think 8 and 9 is going to be the 7th seed. I think 8 and 9 is going to be the 7th seed. Now, whether it's them or somebody else, who knows? I think Minnesota wins the division. I think Green Bay locks up one of the wild card spots. That's 2 spots. You have 3 other division winners. That's 5. I look at the NFC West.
Yes.
With the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. One of them will not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because one of them, we have the Rams that are going to win the division, in my opinion.
Yes, for sure.
So I don't think both will make the wild card. I think one of them will fall off. I actually think likely it's going to be the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I think this is the year Kingsbury gets fired this year.
Really?
Yeah. They're done. They're gonna come off to a nice 4-2, 5-3 start, and they're gonna finish 7-10, 8-9, and they're gonna fall just short of the playoffs
because of the Lions. We ruined the Cardinals.
So I actually think an 8-win team is the 7th seed this year. That's my bold prediction. So there's a chance. I think the Lions are going to win 7 games. So you're a game off.
Yes.
There is a chance.
There's a chance.
But we'll see what happens in November. November, you're going to learn a lot about this football team.
That's fair. There is a chance. There's always a chance, especially now with this regime, with these players. You feel that chance is more pertinent than it used to be. You feel like it's actually there. You can taste it. But I don't think they're ready to make that jump yet. Like I said, our schedule is relatively easy, but there are still some tough spots. We're going to get murdered by Buffalo on Thanksgiving. That's going to be bad. I'm going to have to drown myself in turkey to get over that.
Oh, poor you.
At Foxborough, even with Matt Patricia calling plays, is going to be a tough place to win. At Dallas, even coming off a bye week, is going to be a tough place to win. You've got back-to-back road games against Carolina and the Jets, 2 teams they should beat. But it's hard to win on the road in the NFL, and you're going to lose. I can't see them winning back-to-back road games. I can't pencil that in no matter who the opponent is. Those are tough games. So while there is games that you might squeak out, there's on the other side of that, there are games you lose that you shouldn't. So I would be I can't put a percentage on it. I'm going to say there's a chance. Obviously, there's a chance.
I think the NFC is weak this year, at least from a wild card
standpoint. So you're saying there's a chance.
At the end of the day, whether Goff, and to answer Zeke's question, what if we win a playoff game and Goff plays amazing? I don't care if Goff looks like the second coming of Peyton Manning. He just isn't. So stop with the what if. He's not going to. He's not going to put up 4,300 yards, 40 touchdowns, 7, 9, 11 interceptions. It's just not going to happen. He's not that guy. Yeah. So I don't even want to think about it. If he wins you a playoff game, great. He has a contract till 2025. Why do I have to worry about extending him? he can get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Even after a playoff game. See, look, I know. I apologize. I'm trying to behave. Look, we're gonna move off. We're gonna move off the Lions for a little bit. We'll revisit them later on in the show. We have Michigan State, Michigan football at around 9:40 coming up top of the hour.
Green, baby.
We are going to discuss what the true definition of a superstar is. But before we do, Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency?
Yes, I can. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new series, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know somebody who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
If you want to hang out with me and Adam this weekend, you can find us at the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck.
No, the hell you can't.
It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. There's 2 ways to play, $12 open unlimited play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120.
I'm not taking
Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine as well as multiple full bars. So check it out at thefullingwarehouse.com.
Hit up that DCFC game.
Hey,
man.
you know what? Maybe Spencer will go with me, right, Spenny?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Hey.
Yeah, you can take him.
Or I'll take my husband,
I don't have to
Michael
stay with you the
Gentry,
whole
or my
time,
boyfriend, Fish. I don't know. I got options.
You guys can't take whatever Maddie says
Am I the
seriously.
mistress?
I have options.
You
are you the mistress?
You are option like number 67 on the list
I'll
right
take
now.
it.
She's got like a friend zone book of like who I'm gonna like smash this week.
I'd rather be
and she
69,
just like fills out
but
her calendar.
It's all right.
So
I wish it was that easy.
I don't know. I'll ask Blake Griffin. It seems pretty easy.
Hey, Blake Griffin is his birthday's tomorrow.
Whoa!
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Blake Griffin. These are for you, buddy.
Hey.
All right, Spencer. We've been leading up
Wait,
to
does
this.
Spencer know?
No.
No, what happened?
Just ignore it. Just
What?
ignore it, Maddie.
Maddie
Please.
smashed Blake
We're so
Griffin?
no. Long story.
We're gonna move on now.
We've been hyping this up the whole show.
think I know what
I know you're excited about this.
Yes.
He knows now.
True definition of a superstar, and I'll just rephrase it like this. What the hell did we just see from Jason Tatum?
We saw the reason Jason Tatum isn't a superstar. A superstar, obviously, on top of all of the fantastic abilities you do on and off the court, one of the main things is taking your game to another level. You hear Chuck, you hear Shaq talk about it all the time, that when you're in the playoffs, you need to be averaging 5 more points. You need to be averaging a couple more rebounds, a couple more assists. We saw it with Steph Curry in these finals. He went out there and he smashed his averages from the season. He put up these amazing performances that identify him as a superstar. Jason Tatum finished the postseason with 100 turnovers. He finished the finals averaging 21.5 points per game when his average was 26.9 on the season. That is not what superstars do. That is not a superstar player. You need to take that next step when it matters the most. A superstar is there giving you the best performance he possibly can on the highest level, and that is not what Jason Tatum did. That man is not a superstar yet. I like him a lot. I like him. He's a good player. He is not a superstar yet. He needs to take that next step before I consider him a superstar.
I agree with you 100%. I think this is the biggest choke job by a potential superstar player since the LeBron James Miami Heat Mavericks final.
Yeah.
This was
for sure
just as bad, if not worse. I believe, actually, no, LeBron was pretty damn awful, actually. That was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
So maybe I take back what I said. Jason Tatum, you're number 2 on the list. That was pathetic. You had Steph Curry on you half of the game.
Yes.
And you didn't take advantage of it.
He should have had 40. You got a guy a foot shorter than you guarding.
Well, you know, I blame one person for this. I lied. 2. I blame 2 people for Jason Tatum's finals performance. First, Jason Tatum.
Yes.
Because before the game and before the series ever started, he came out like a little bitch and
Whoa.
said that I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that I could get here.
What is this accent?
I
This is
didn't.
his bitch accent.
I didn't. I didn't believe in myself, and my teammates were here for me, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna be the superstar. And the second person we blame is Kobe Bryant. I don't care if he's dead.
Kobe.
Whoa.
Mr. Jason Tatum wanting to be Kobe Bryant. Hey, Kobe, what would you do if Steph Curry was guarding you? I'd drop 60 on him, you dumbass.
Yeah, he would, for sure.
Don't ever talk about Jason Tatum and Kobe Bryant again. I swear to God, if I
Hey, I
catch
got
any
this
of
for
you.
you. You're being a little salty.
Towards who?
He's telling the truth.
I'm saying everything is truthful. What's coming out right now. I don't ever want to hear any young up-and-coming superstar compared to a potential or a current or a past Hall of Famer that actually delivered the goods. This is my favorite one. I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook.
That's your guy, huh?
That's
right.
what happens. This is what happens when you just fold.
Don't talk about my husband like that.
Maddie,
Mike Gentry?
shut the hell up.
Yeah, I love Mike Gentry. Mikey, love you.
But we saw it with Jimmy Butler when he was in the finals. Not the caliber of player of Jason Tatum. He's an all-star, obviously. He's a borderline superstar. He's a lunch pail superstar. But he has the superstar mentality. When he got into those finals, he did everything humanly possible. We saw how exhausted he was after the games in the bubbles. He's leaning up against – he took those Lakers teams, that Laker team in the bubble, to multiple games. He won games basically on his own because Tyler Hero sucks. I'm sorry. He does.
Yeah, when are we going to learn our lesson about drafting white people?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'll draft white. But it's sad. Like, Jason Tatum is still young. There's a joke. He's only 19. It's NBA Twitter and NBA Instagram joke that people always comment because of Celtics fans. But he is still young, and he's still molding into that guy. So I expect him to take his step. The problem is, when is he going to get that chance? We saw Draymond say to Grant Williams, after the game, you guys will be back. Y'all will be back. Don't worry. Will they? Will they? With a healthy Bucks team still in the East, with a Nets team that's going to get better still in the East, this was their shot. This was their road. They were there, and they couldn't pull it off. So, I don't know. It's obviously I think they'll still be in contention, but they're going to have to deal with a lot harder road in the East. If Bradley Beal's requesting a trade, if Bradley Beal goes to Miami, amazing team. That would be insane.
And I don't want to kill Tatum this morning because we've seen LeBron, Kobe, we've seen individuals just struggle in their first finals. It's whatever. I've seen them recover. So Tatum is one of those guys that can recover
for sure.
and can become a superstar.
Yeah, he's not done.
But it's important to remember when we mention superstar in the NBA, there are only a handful in the league right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that Russell Westbrook's a superstar. James Harden's a superstar.
I hate James.
Chris Paul is not even a superstar.
No, he's a great.
This is becoming an extreme pet peeve of mine because my definition of a superstar and the definition of a star are two very different things. A star is a guy that's a perennial all-star,
yes,
one of the better players in the game, but isn't great.
Yes.
There's that extra level that Russell Westbrook doesn't have, James Harden doesn't have, a lot of these guys don't have.
Yeah.
And that's why they'll always be just guys that put up nice numbers in the box score.
Yeah.
But they're not taking their teams to the finals. They're not winning championships. And people like some people like Charles Barkley, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can escape that narrative because Barkley led his team to the finals, carried them, MVP. He was the best player on that team. Lost to who? Michael Jordan in the finals. So there are a few players that can go an entire career without winning a finals.
Yeah, Allen
and still
Iverson.
get that respect. Allen Iverson carried a team to the finals and
Yes.
lost to Kobe and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can respect those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I can't respect James Harden. I can't respect Russell Westbrook. I can't respect Jason Tatum unless he proves it in the future. But still young for him. It's still early, for him. So that's at least what he has in his corner.
Still young, still a great player, fantastic player. Would love to have him on the team. But that is his next step. That is the next thing he needs to do to transcend as a basketball player, is take that leap from star to superstar. To get in that range of of LeBron James, of a Steph Curry right now, of a Giannis, of a Joel Embiid, who doesn't really do it in the finals as well, but he's still a superstar.
Yeah, this is where you guys are getting mixed up in the chat. Carmelo is a superstar. No, he's not. He's a star. Carmelo Anthony is a star player. Fantastic. Not a superstar. I know you love him.
I love him.
He's not a superstar.
My guy. He had superstar years.
But you're not a superstar. James Harden had superstar years. Russell Westbrook was an MVP. But this is not just a regular season game. This is what are you doing for me in the postseason?
I mean, he played well for the Knicks in the postseason.
Nobody cares if you play well. Unfortunately,
they won series.
It's a cutthroat business.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about championships.
Can you carry a team? And I'm not talking a bum team. I'm talking a team where you had talent around you. Could you do it? Mm-hmm. Chris Paul, I think you could put him along the conversation of Charles Barkley. To be fair, Charles Barkley and Allen Iverson, because without him, the Suns aren't in the finals. He's the one that maturated them and turned them into perennial contenders.
But this is the only time we've seen it in Chris Paul's career.
Well,
he always
is it though?
Before that.
Definition of choke. I mean, when you play with, again, James Harden, they're up 3-2.
Yeah.
He gets hurt. Is that a choke?
The Lob City era, never making a conference finals.
Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan.
At the point, that team...
Yes and no. At that point, that team was good in the regular season, and they struggled in the playoffs when teams could actually defend more.
New Orleans, same thing. He chokes in the playoffs. I mean,
but who do you ever play with in New Orleans?
David West.
Yeah. So I think, I'm willing to make the exception for Chris Paul. Chris Paul, Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, they're in the same category for me. Patrick Ewing, the same category.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There are guys that can be exceptions where they're superstar talents, they're superstars, they play like it. Reggie Miller, but they never delivered. That's fine. I can live with that. But when we talk about players that never get even close to delivering, Westbrook.
I think Luka's on that.
Luka's
level.
A star. He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Ja Morant, not a superstar.
Ja, yes.
Whoa.
Ja, yes.
Shut up, Maddie.
Luka is a superstar.
For real.
Luka is a superstar already. He hasn't had the team. Look what he did this year. He almost made the finals this year. It's without a great team around him. They just got Christian Wood. They could be.
What if he never gets back to a Western Conference final? Then what? That's the problem. It's too early.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like labeling them superstars. Accomplished,
what was
you're a
that word
superstar.
you just
Labeling.
said?
Shut the fuck up, Maddie.
Poor
if
fish.
you're going to hate on me, I'm going to hate on you and call you out.
Poor fish.
Jerk.
Oh, God. I love it. Well, look, I think we agree. For Jason Tatum, there's time to recover. You guys can label these people superstars. My definition of a superstar is a...
You're scared.
Whatever this guy... I'm going to butcher your name in the chat. Vasalis Tsamis says Jimmy Butler, superstar or notch under that. He's got the fight. He's got the it,
but he's not talented enough.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
When he's there, he will perform, and he will outperform what he's supposed to do.
Superstars make that three-point shot.
But
Sorry.
That's fair.
Michael Jordan didn't miss his shot in Game 6.
That's fair.
Steph Curry didn't miss his shots when he had them. LeBron James didn't miss his shots when he had them.
I just love Jimmy Buckets, man.
Oh, we can love him.
Yeah.
He's not a superstar.
He's not. That's fair. But he has the
superstar
edge. He's got when he's there.
Ja Morant has superstar potential. Jason Tatum has superstar potential. Luka has superstar potential. It's not that they don't. They're just not right now. We're trying to push these players to something they're just not yet. It's way too early in the process for all of them. We got to go to break. When we get back, who is the best fit for Cade Cunningham in the upcoming draft? And Jaden Ivey wants to be a Piston, reportedly.
He does.
I love it. What I love more is that the Monroe Street Midway is open all summer long, Memorial Day to Labor Day. There will be basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, and food trucks. Free Wi-Fi as well. God damn it, I love Bedrock at Detroit.
Ooh-wee.
Summer is better at the Monroe Street Midway. We'll see you in a bit.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt cracked full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Odds Trader.
You heard that right. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. They've got the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sports books. Head over to their website for player statistics and key game stats. But don't forget, they also have an app that you can download from the App Store today for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. So head on over to OddsTrader.
All right, God, man, I have a million things going on right now.
No one cares.
I care.
Do your job.
I care about you, Adam.
Thank you, Spencer.
Of course.
You know, I got to say, I like having Spencer on the show. It's
That's
fun.
cute.
I like being here.
I like having you here. We got to make this. We got to make this a routine. I think.
That's cute.
Maybe we kick Maddie out.
That's fine. I hate the show anyways.
I could show some more skin.
Adam's the worst.
Me too.
Hey, you know
I
what?
only tried to talk to him the whole break, and he just sat there and pretended like I didn't speak.
Like you're not in the same group chat as me. We're trying to work
I
here.
know, and I just told you that I'm taking care of it, and you were like,
Such an ass.
Odds Trader.
Odds Trader. All right, Spencer.
Yes.
I'm done
Cade
with
Cunningham.
you.
I'll let you start this one.
Okay.
Number 5 overall pick.
Consider this my resignation.
1, who's the best fit? Shut the fuck, Maddie. Shut up. Spencer, who's the best fit at number 5 for the Detroit Pistons?
I'm glad you guys think that's funny.
When you have a player like Cade Cunningham, you don't really have to worry about the fit because he is such a diverse player that he has a lot of different players that can fit with him. So you don't have to draft to fit. You don't have to draft to, okay, how does this guy go with him? I'm in the camp of Shaden Sharp because I like the swing for the fences. I like the guy that has the potential to be an all-star in this league and that has the potential to be a guy like that. If you take Jaden Ivey, I'm not mad about it. If you take Keegan Murray, I'd be kind of mad about it because I don't like drafting a position player at 5. But I don't think there is a guy that isn't a fit with Cade Cunningham, and that's the important part, is that this guy, Cade, can do what you need him to do. If you get a Shaden Sharp or a Jaden Ivey and you have them be your attacking scoring guard, that makes Cade the guy who's going to go out there, facilitate, probably do what he does best, go out there and move the ball around, make his teammates better. If you don't, if you go with a Ben Mathurin, a Keegan Murray to put pieces around him, then Cade can be that dominant guy. Cade can be the guy attacking, running the offense, creating for himself and others. And so I think it's do you want to draft a Robin to Cade's Batman, like the Celtics, like the Warriors, where you've got that duo of great players, or do you want to go the route of, let's say, the Mavericks or a team like that, where you put pieces around your star? You put people around Cade Cunningham. That's what I had a thing on the Jeff and Gentry podcast. If they trade Jeremy Grant for that 7 pick, and you take Keegan Murray and Ben Mathurin, that makes your offense completely different. That surrounds Cade with shooters, and then you sign a Mitchell Robinson, a Yusuf Nurkic, a JaVale McGee, somebody that can play center and be a lob threat, and you've got 3 shooters on the outside with Cade Cunningham and with the ball in his hand. So I don't think there's a fit that messes.
So you have to look at how teams are winning.
Yes.
Giannis wins with Chris Middleton. They didn't this year. LeBron wins with AD. Steph Curry and KD. Steph Curry and a team around him, but let's be real. Steph Curry is arguably the second greatest point guard. In my opinion, the greatest point guard of all time.
Yes.
So is Cade that guy? I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Right? But so it's tough to project that early when you don't know what Cade's ceiling is. I think he's got a lot of LeBron in him in terms of unselfish passing ability. I think he's got a lot of humbleness like Steph Curry has in him. That's so amazing to have. It's just a unique way to become a superstar in today's league. I think it's super effective, but at the end of the day, man, let's just call it what it is. You want a second star here in Detroit, and you're not going to get him in free agency. So you might as well draft him. I think that's why the Jaden Ivey train is so, so pushed in this town.
Yes.
I like Benedict Mathurin as my second option. Shaden Sharp scares the hell out of me, but damn, the upside, you just don't know, right? But also, you don't know what the hell he looked like at 19 years old because he didn't play.
Yeah, it's hard to say, yeah, we're taking Shaden Sharp because of the unknown. but that is the swing for the fences. That is the, all right, this guy, I've seen, I've watched his tape. I've watched AAU games, full game breakdowns. My boy Motor City Hoops, Bryce Simon, he sent some stuff to us. We watched it. Full breakdowns of this guy's performance, not just his highlights. It's what he does. And, yeah, there are some things that scare you there. There's the taking the ball up the court. He gets ripped up a couple times. He needs to work on his handles a little bit to improve that. There is the defense. He's relaxing on defense, and that is different defense in an AAU game compared to an NBA game. Obviously, you're going to be more locked in an NBA game. But he's got the measurables. He's got the 6'6", 6'7" frame. He's got the 48-inch vertical. He has that NBA-level shot making to where it's not these open practice jumpers where it's a jump shooting line and you have nobody guarding you. He's got guys in his face hitting these fall-away sidestep shots from 30 feet. He has the NBA dribble moves to where he can create space for himself. So there are a lot to like about him. There's a lot to like about Jaden Ivey as well. Jaden Ivey is third on my list. He is behind Shaedon Sharpe and Benedict Mathurin. But Jaden Ivey, I watched a lot of him at Purdue. He is very impressive. His quick twitch speed, his ability to cut off the ball, his freakish athleticism, and everybody talks about, he's a small guard. You don't want to. 6'4" isn't really a small guard, especially when you have a 6'7" point guard.
Donovan Mitchell's 6'3".
Yes.
What are we doing? Who's that guy 6'1" in the NBA? Shooting guard. No, shooting guard. God damn it, Adam.
Desmond Bane?
No. The top shooting guards in the league. They're 6'5" and under. Bradley Beal.
Yes.
You have James Harden 6'5". Yeah. These guys are 6'5" and under. What's the difference between 6'4" and 6'5"?
6'4" is not a small guard. That's the rhetoric I don't like that much about Jaden Ivey is that he's not a small guy and he plays bigger than he is because he has
Gary Payton 6'3". He plays much bigger than what he is.
Yes.
And he's not even a star player.
No. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I look, the height is just one aspect of it. It's not everything. You look,
and you have, like I said, you have a 6'7" point guard already.
Yeah.
Who plays great defense. You have Killian Hayes, who plays great defense. So we talked, again, Jeff and Gentry Pod, we talked about how when Cade left the floor, the offense dropped out of the bottom. Because you had Corey Joseph running the offense. You had these guys running. You need a second guy that you can give Cade a break and feel comfortable with somebody running that offense, and that guy can be Jaden Ivey.
I know Boston lost last night, but what happened in the second quarter? They were getting their asses kicked.
Yes.
Who was on the bench? Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. You take out your star.
Well, it reversed Uno'd last night. Yeah. Why? Because Jaylen Brown was able to – oh, no, seriously. Yeah. Jaylen Brown was able to help lead that comeback along with some of the role players while Jason Tatum got his rest. Now, Jason Tatum didn't do what a star does, and when his team takes advantage of the situation, they come back and he's rested and he comes on the court and just dominates. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
But the point is that's why you need two stars because when Cade's on the bench, you need somebody to facilitate and score. And when this – number two, whoever he may be, is on the bench, that's what Cade's for. Score, facilitate, lead the team. So I think they need a second star. That's the pick.
For sure. They need talent. They need talent. They need it now, and they need it in that backcourt. You need somebody to put with Cade. Obviously, Sadiq is great. We saw him drop 50 points. But realistically, he's a third option in a winning organization. And I think you need someone to put with Cade to make him feel comfortable being here, to make him want to stay here, want to build something. We see it with all of these guys. They've got the Robin to their Batman. You got the Batman. You hit on that. Cade is a fantastic player. He's going to be a star for a long time in the NBA. Now you need to put pieces around him. And it's important, like you said, to grab that second guy. You see it with the Tatum and Brown. You see it with the Steph and Clay to a smaller level with the Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum. It's with Chris Paul, Devin Booker. Everybody needs that wingman. Not only when you're trying to pick up Maddie at the bar, but when you're playing basketball, you need a wingman to help you out. And that's what Jaden Ivey could be. But I think Shaedon Sharpe, that would be my pick just because the upside and the potential is there.
Shaedon Sharpe's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
hard. I don't believe you can bust on this pick.
Watch what you're saying.
Pause.
You guys are.
Pause.
Look, just because you two are minded and oriented people.
You're the highest one there.
He's a deviant fish.
Did you hear Fish?
Yeah, I know. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong at all.
At least I admit it. Anyways, the point is.
Do you though?
You can end the show now. I'm happy.
Fish is happy.
We got Fish's blessing.
Yeah.
How have we
Clap
not?
it up for Fish. Let's go.
How have we not gotten Fish in a big boy
You're
hat?
the only one not clapping.
Where's the big boy head?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Do you have the big boy hat?
Do we have the big boy hat today? That is unfortunate.
Aww.
That is unfortunate. All right, well, look, I want to wrap up this conversation of Cade and the Pistons with this simple gesture. Do you trade up with Sacramento? They did leak a report. I just think it's them trying to drive up value. But do you trade up to secure Jaden Ivey, or are you living with whatever's at 5?
I'm living with whatever's at 5. I don't think the skill gap is big enough to move pieces to go up one spot, unless Apollo Banchero falls, a Chet Holmgren and Jabari Smith falls, which they're not going to. If one of those guys is there for, yeah, you trade up. But just to get Jaden Ivey, I'm not giving up pieces for that.
I agree 100%. What does the trade market look like for Jeremy Grant, in your opinion?
The trade market for Jeremy Grant, we saw Christian Wood go for basically nothing. For Boban Marjanovic, Trey Burke.
So we're getting a bag of peanuts for Jeremy Grant.
No, because I think Jeremy Grant is a better player.
This isn't the Tigers.
I think Jeremy Grant really does command that 7th pick. He commands maybe a Bogdanovich.
Would you trade pick 7 for Jeremy Grant if you were the GM?
No.
Then shut the hell up.
I wouldn't.
That's how I always check myself. I always ask myself, if I was the other team's GM.
But if I'm Chauncey, if I'm in that situation and I need a player to put next to Dame, we want to keep Dame. We saw what Dame looked like when they got the 7th pick.
I think differently, though. That's the problem. I think differently. If I'm Portland, I break it all up. I trade Dame. I get 3 for 4, 5. I don't know how many first-round picks you can get for Dame. Get as many as you can, and just move on.
Not everybody is Sam Presti, though. You know,
you don't need to be Sam Presti.
When you have a superstar, it's hard to let go from that, man. And Dame is a superstar.
You have to let go of Dame. As much as he's amazing, he means a ton to Portland, just send Dame on his way. Send him somewhere. Hell, I'm sure you could make a deal with Brooklyn because they've done it before where they'll give you all their first-round picks like Boston took from them.
Yes.
Go get Kyrie. He'll probably retire. You suck. The Nets will be good for 3 years. Take 5 first-round picks. 5 years from now, you'll be able to draft top 2 in the NBA. Like, you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Just trade Dame. That's my recommendation for Portland. Stop trying to force yourself into the West. You're not getting out of the West.
What CJ Snyder said in the chat, he said, I like Bogdan in 16, and I like that trade possibility, too. I like Bogdan Bogdanovic as a player.
I would love that. I would love that
and you
trade.
Can get a solid player.
But I think that's too much for Jeremy Grant. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I would look at Troy Weaver, and I'd flip him off.
If you got to throw in a Saban Lee or Luka Garza or a second-round pick, I'd still do it.
Fair enough. I mean, you do it on the Pistons side, but we got to go to break. When we get back, the timeline for the Pistons to become Eastern Conference contenders. But before we do, Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Cintron?
Yes, I can. The summer of Cintron is here, and now you can pick it up at your local Kroger. Head on over to any Kroger by you with your Kroger card, and you can get 2 Cintrons for just $4. That's an absolute steal. Cintron is the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
I'm Cade Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big T Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Ladies and gentlemen, the spot to get your haircut done. They'll treat you like they treat me, and that is like an absolute king. Walk in anytime, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Again, walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Their awesome stylists will take care of you, again, like they take care of me. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
I can't believe you're hiding your new haircut under that hat because it actually looked good yesterday.
It was fresh.
And now you ruined it.
Who trimmed you up?
JC.
Oh, yeah.
She the best.
Oh, yeah. Maddie, you're going to get me in trouble. What
did I do?
Just shut the hell up, Maddie. Anyways.
Tell me to shut the hell up one more time on this show, and I swear to God.
Shut the hell up. Do something.
Anyway.
Do something.
Spencer.
That was way heavier than I wanted it to be.
It's all right. You got your workout in for the day.
Wow.
The timeline. All right. We love you. Stop it. Stop it.
She gone.
All right. Bye-bye. Just don't walk off on camera. People will, screenshot it. Careful.
Yeah. You're going to see Maddie thick.
Timeline for the Detroit Pistons to become Eastern Conference contenders. Spencer, I am adamant. They're not. I don't see them getting anybody in free agency, right?
Yeah.
So this is a problem.
Somebody small, a center. I can see that.
Yeah, they're not getting a top 5, top 7, top 8, top 10 player in free agency. It's never happened. It just doesn't seem like it will ever happen. But I would say 4 to 5 years, I think they'll be contenders.
Yes.
You're going into Cade Cunningham's 5th or 6th season. He's matured. I think by then he'll be a top 5 player in the NBA. And when you have a top 5 player in the NBA, you're automatically a contender. And I think that's how good this kid can be.
For sure.
So my timeline's 4 to 5 years to contend in the Eastern Conference. Not win one series and then lose the next round 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking
Perennial
people look at you and they're like, hey, the Pistons might make a run for the Eastern Conference this year.
Yeah.
That's my definition. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's going to take a couple years, 4 to 5. I can see that. It definitely, the timeline changes, whether they move Grant for a player or a pick, because I think it gets pushed back a little bit if you move Grant for a pick, because that just takes more time to gel, more pieces to develop. But, yeah, 4 to 5 years for them to be a legitimate contender, I can see. On the free agent topic, I think that narrative is changing a little bit with Cade Cunningham. I think people want to play with Cade Cunningham. We've seen stars come out in response and say, this guy's good, this guy's the real deal. We've seen Kevin Durant say it. We've seen Donovan Mitchell say it. We've seen other people say, wow, that Cade Cunningham kid, he's pretty damn good. And if we put him out there, we can do that. And that is something the Pistons haven't had for a while. Even with the going-to-work Pistons, there wasn't a guy on there that's like, all right, I got to go play with him. Grant Hill wasn't the guy that was like, all right, I got to go play with Grant Hill. Cade Cunningham is that player. He's that player that other good players, are going to be like, all right, maybe I want to go link up with Cade.
Is Giannis not the best player in basketball?
He is.
Who's he attracted?
That's fair.
That's my problem.
That's
You're
fair.
right.
Drew Holiday?
No, but you're right. Cade Cunningham, special.
Yes.
Anybody would love to play for him. Detroit.
That's fair.
Milwaukee. It's tough when you're competing with a Miami who just literally built their whole team in free agency.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the Lakers, built their whole team in free agency. You deal with some of these teams that are just able to attract free agents. Your best option is, if you want to get a guy that could advance the process, it would be draft a star at number 5, sign and trade, let Jeremy Grant go, you let Killian Hayes go, you give up a pick, and you go get DeAndre Ayton on a sign and trade, and you pay him the $35 million a year, and you suck it up because you know what? You're not spending that $35 million.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to take that $35 annual and you're going to distribute it with 2 players, and they're going to be phenomenal role players in free agency. But I still don't even see that happening.
And that doesn't get it done. Phenomenal role players don't get it done. DeAndre Ayton, I'm starting to I don't know. Sign and trade is tough. If it is just Jeremy Grant we're signing and trading for DeAndre Ayton, I'm starting to lean towards it, honestly, because DeAndre Ayton can be that player. He can be that guy. He can be your cog, one of your lead cogs, and that's what we need. Like you said, we need talent. The second thing, aside from shooting, we need is a paint presence. We need a guy that's going to rebound. He's going to block shots. People are going to be like, okay, I can go just drive to the lane whenever I want because DeAndre Ayton's in there. They have to think twice. So it's been proven that that's the way you get players to look what Toronto did. Nobody was coming to play with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, so they went out and they got Kawhi Leonard.
Maybe a foolish question, but I'm trying to make a point here, so please answer it honestly. Would you rather have as your number 2 to Cade Cunningham right now? If I told you you had to pick between Donovan Mitchell and DeAndre Ayton, who would you say?
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, so I think we're both on the same page on the importance of a guard at least, or forward.
Yes.
Correct?
For sure.
Would you rather have as a role player?
Okay.
Would you rather have a guy like Bogdanovich or Robert Williams?
Robert Williams. Yeah.
So you need big men in the NBA, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And boy, I would love to have a Robert Williams on this team. I don't think Stewart is that.
No.
So you're going to have to find that eventually. And if you told me I could have a star guard instead of a star center, I would take the star guard.
Same thing. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Because guard play is what is really important in the NBA. We saw it with the Celtics. Their best players, their stars, are
two guards.
Well,
I mean,
whatever.
Everybody's a forward now in today's NBA. They're all tall as hell.
And it hurt them because they didn't have that ball-dominant guard. They didn't have
a pure shooter.
Having turnovers like crazy.
They didn't have a guy that just wanted to get buckets.
Yeah.
If they had Devin Booker or Chris Middleton or Bradley Beal instead of Jaylen Brown or hell even Jason Tatum because he was a bitch in the series, they would have been better off.
Yeah.
They just would have been. And I look at what does Cade need around him? He needs another guy that has that star mentality, looking to get his, but also plays within the team, plays off ball, cuts to the basket. And then I think Cade proved it. I can work with Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
I can work with a standard center. I don't need DeAndre Ayton.
Yes.
Just get me a guy I can run the pick and roll with who's offensively competent, and I'll make it work.
And I've been saying this for the past couple. Obviously, I've been pushing for them to sign Mitchell Robinson in free agency for months.
I can't.
He's injury prone, but you're going to get him for cheap. He's a rim runner.
Define cheap.
Cheap, like $10 million a year.
I could live with that.
$11 million a year.
I just don't think he would be your Robert Williams signing, but I would rather have Robert Williams
sign
still.
him to a 2-3. But that's what my point is.
But you're not expecting much.
There are 7-footers you can go get.
Yeah, 100%. I do agree with that.
Even this year, there's JaVale McGee, Mitchell Robinson, Yusuf Nurkic. There's going to be Jonas Valanciunas, Steven Adams in a couple years. And these are guys that you can come in, you can get them for cheap-ish, and you can put them in your roster, and they make the effect. So, yeah, I do think I used the Batman to Robin effect earlier. People are saying in the chat, you need to get a Vegeta to Cade Cunningham's Goku.
What?
You need to put somebody. You need to put second.
A what?
I thought we were getting pulled off air.
See,
I did not expect that.
Vegeta.
Whoa. All right, I got it. Yeah, I got it. You're good.
You
need to put a guy next to him.
pronunciated well.
You did well.
You need to put a guy next to him. Like you said, and it's having a guard would be more important because you can find a big man in free agency.
He says Vegeta and Cunningham.
Yeah, I did say that. That is an inside joke for me and my friends, though. That's why it was like a Freudian slip. Cunningham. It was there's a different situation. Because I used to live. My street was Cunningham when I was.
Yeah, I don't want to know actually.
It's Freaky Friday. We're here. We're out here.
We're going to break. We're going to break. I can't deal with this. When we get back, who had a better season, Michigan or Michigan State? And then, of course, Mailbag at 9:50. Get your questions prepared. Maddie, before we go, you got to tell everybody at home about the best defense on and off the court.
Yes, and it's not Spencer Raxter. It is Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm keeps you safe, gives you peace of mind whether you're at home, on the road. They're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what's important to you is safe. Call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. You didn't hear Fish, but he said it. 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, and that's a Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 20...
show gets down, baby.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're gonna start over. When you need a barrel, there's only one place to go. That's Big Frog in Novi. With no setup beats. Go to Big Frog.
Ribbit.
Call them at 844-4BIG-FROG.
BigFrog.com/Novi.
Ribbit.
Oh my goodness, that was better shooting than Jason Tatum.
Oh my God, damn right it was.
I'm seriously crying. That was so funny.
Spencer.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Spencer.
Shit.
Oh my God. Michigan and Michigan State football. I want to talk about it. I want to try to talk about it.
Let's do it.
Who has the better season and why? And let's just put things into context. Michigan coming off a Big Ten title.
Yes.
Michigan State coming off an 11-win season, Peach Bowl champions. This is the two single greatest, not greatest, but the two best seasons these programs have had in a few years,
yes.
Especially for Michigan.
For sure.
Michigan, 19 years, or 18 years, excuse me. Michigan State, 2015 was their last college football playoff?
Yep.
So more recent.
Fell off with D'Antonio with that.
Yeah, so here's Michigan State now looking to build on and off of Mel Tucker's current success that he's had so far with the program. Who do you think this season has a better season?
Obviously, you guys know, I'm a MSU alum, Spartan guy, go green, tuck coming. Thanks, Fish. I think it's Michigan. I do. Michigan they start off with 4 straight home games. They don't have to play Wisconsin this year. They play Penn State at home. They play Michigan State at home. And I think it's going to come down to, again, the battle of the game, or whatever you guys call it. I don't even know. But Michigan and Ohio State, it's going to come down to that game to decide who goes to the Big Ten championship game. And I think Michigan, if they start J.J. McCarthy instead of Cade McNamara, then they can go out there and they can get it done. I don't know why everybody loves Cade McNamara.
You hear this?
I don't know why you get hate for saying the 5-star prospect
Do you hear
should
this?
start next year.
Terry, I love you. You're done.
Yeah, Cade McNamara is he's
This is
not
the new
great.
show.
He's a game manager. And Michigan State, I think they're going to have a good season, but they've got some tough people on their schedule. Yeah, we've got Ohio State at home, but we saw how that worked out last year. We got to play Wisconsin, last game on the road at Penn State, at the Big House to play Michigan again, and they're going to be even hungrier after what happened last year. So I think Michigan State has another good year. I could see 9-10 wins somewhere around there, but I do think Michigan is going to have another season where they push for the college football playoff.
I do agree with you. I think Michigan will have the better season. They have a much easier schedule. You look at the early games. I mean, their first 5 games are laughable. But, I mean, I guess that everyone in college football is that.
Yeah.
They have 8 home games. I know you're an MSU guy. Michigan beats you this year.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You're not starting 3-0 under Mel Tucker against Michigan. Rivalry games are always difficult to win. He's the first to start 2-0 for a reason. It's impossible. And I would be surprised, damn near I would be shocked if Michigan State won a 3rd straight year. Who knows? They could.
Coming.
But I do agree with you. J.J. McCarthy needs to be the starting quarterback. I don't want to hear that Cade McNamara is the safe option. He's a stable quarterback. He can throw the ball 3.5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and we can win football games. We're the University of Michigan. We don't want to go back to the college football playoffs, so we're just going to stick with Cade McNamara.
What is that? Is that your Michigan homer take?
I have no idea who that is.
Cade McNamara. That was good. I like that.
The point is I think Michigan had obviously they won the Big Ten. They had such a good year, and I'm so happy for them, Spence.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't just want to sit on it. Yes, Cade McNamara.
Sit on it.
Hey.
Yeah, you do.
Maddie.
Whoa.
Maddie does. That's a different conversation.
Jesus Christ.
It's important. It's important.
My bad.
It's important to understand that when you're coming off the success that Michigan had last year, that you continue it.
Yes.
Right? What is everyone saying about Michigan State this year? You don't want to have a disappointing year. Yeah. No 8-win season. No 7-win season. You got to win 9, 10, 11 games again.
Yeah.
You got to win a bowl game. You got to compete. You got to compete against Ohio State and not get your ass kicked like you did last year. You got to try and beat Michigan again like you've done the last 2 times. So it's tricky. And it's tricky because Cade, again, he's a stable quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that do for Michigan? When you have Donovan Edwards, Blake Corum, when you have a talented wide receiving core.
Ronnie Bell coming back
off an ACL injury. I mean, come on. This is not rocket science here. Dabo Swinney built Clemson because he started Deshaun Watson, because he started Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence came out as the #1 quarterback recruit coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was J.J. McCarthy coming out?
Who knows?
IMG player. #1 in the country.
5-star.
5-star quarterback. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
You play them, and if you lose with them, so be it. I would be less upset with you, Michigan, if you win 9 games with J.J. McCarthy than if you won 9 games with Cade McNamara. For God's sake, don't do it. Ohio State's running the table this year.
Yeah.
Michigan State and Michigan, I believe, will fight for second place.
Yes.
And Penn State, Nebraska, we'll see how the rest of the Big Ten develops. But for me, it's Ohio State, Michigan, and then Michigan State this season in the rankings. I think Michigan State finishes the year 9 I'd say 9 wins without the bowl game. I would say 9 wins without the bowl game. I see them losing to Ohio State.
Yep.
I have them losing to Michigan.
We'll see.
And then I think there is a game to drop in the Big Ten, whether it's Wisconsin,
or
whether
Penn
it's
State,
Penn State at the end. That's a road game, too, keep in mind. So there are 3 losses on the schedule this year for Michigan State, possibly. They could turn it around. They could go 2-1 in those matchups and only lose to Ohio State, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, Michigan have an easier schedule. I think 10 wins is an easy ask out of Michigan this year, whether it's Cade or JJ. I think the offense could actually be a lot better than it was last year.
Yeah.
But pending who they start at quarterback.
It is what it is for Michigan. Their season boils down to 1 game, and that's against Ohio State, which I don't think they're going to win this year. It's going to be tough. We'll see if they can beat Michigan State. They haven't shown me they can beat Mel Tucker. My boy's in there. He's getting his recruits. He's getting his players. Yeah, we're not going to have another Kenneth Walker. That was you struck gold.
But you've got some pretty damn good backs that can compensate.
And we brought in some more backs already.
You brought in the Pac-12 Player of the Year.
Exactly, and we brought in that guy from Wisconsin. I can't remember his name, but we brought in another back in the backfield, and he's starting to get his guys. We won't see it flourish until next year because all those like 5, 6, 4-star recruits.
They're all the following.
They're all 2023 class, so we won't see that yet. But he's getting his guys in there, so the team will only get stronger and stronger. And this team last year was projected to win like 3 games at the beginning of the season. And then he came out there. Kenneth Walker was a monster, should have been a Heisman finalist, did what he did, amazing season, loved every second of it. And we're going to need something like that if we want to do this until Tuck really gets his guys in there. We're going to need a player to explode like that if we want to have another season like that. And you can't really bank on that happening.
Jaden Reed's back.
Jaden Reed is back.
You're going to have a dynamic wide receiver.
I said this to Neil. I said Jaden Reed is going to be top 3 in Biletnikoff this year.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
Book it. Peyton Thorne
I like
is the
that.
man. I love Peyton Thorne. They had that connection already.
I love you.
Yeah.
Who's a better quarterback? Peyton Thorne or Cade McNamara?
Peyton Thorne easily.
And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And that's not coming out of I don't even hate Michigan or Michigan State. I'm literally the jackass that told all of you at home last year that they would both start 7-0, by the way.
Yeah.
So kiss my ass on that one. Cade McNamara can't throw the football downfield. That is his biggest problem. And when you have Donovan Edwards out of the backfield, who can catch and run explosively? Blake Corum. They're going to have a dynamic backfield again. They can run and commit to the football. Mm-hmm. They can run to committing, they can commit to running. That'll be great.
They can run to committing.
Yeah, they can run to committing.
They can run to committing.
I know. My bad, guys. Sorry. It's a rough morning.
Like you said, you need someone to get the ball to Andrell Anthony, to get the ball to Ronnie Bell. Yeah, to get these guys involved, you can't just rely.
How much better?
Rely on Donovan Edwards throwing the pass every time.
How much better would Michigan be if you had to stop them from running the football?
Yes.
If J.J. McCarthy was behind center,
they would be a legitimate college football playoff threat. If they bring in a guy like that, you see it happen all the time with Ohio State, with Alabama.
Wait. Alabama?
Yeah.
You mean Nick Saban?
Nick Saban.
The greatest defensive college coach in history.
Ever.
He's admitting that he needs offense.
Yes.
He needs Bryce Young and Tua. He needs Bryce Young, Tua, and Jalen Hurts to win now. Oh.
You need to drive the ball down the field.
Fuck me, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
And Cade McNamara can't drive the ball down the field. So they need to bring in JJ if they want to go back to the college football playoff.
I agree 100%. And I agree with this comment from Jesse. Peyton Thorne, 100% the second best quarterback, only behind C.J. Stroud in
the Big Ten?
In the Big Ten, 100%.
Sure. Yeah.
100%. All right, I do have to say, We have to go to break. Mailbag
Yeah,
coming up.
Wizzo.
Get all of your questions for myself, Spencer, Fish, Maddie in the chat.
Let's
And
go.
when we get back, we'll address them all. But before we do, Maddie, where are we?
We are at Big Boy in Taylor, and that is where the Strawberry Fest is available until Sunday. So make sure you head on over to your local Big Boy. They brought back some of their classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hotcakes, and waffle. But if you're not feeling breakfast, don't worry. They've got lunch items that are fire as well, even a new strawberry chicken bacon wrap, and a crispy chicken wrap, and a nacho wrap, and a strawberry salad as well. But don't forget, they have dessert. They've got a very delicious strawberry pie for just $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more. So head on over to your local Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, Scott from Woodward Bets. Man, what a great week we've had. We've been doing nothing but kicking them sports books butts lately. So make sure you're following us along at 4:30 on the Woodward Bets YouTube page. Hey, you also got to make sure you download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at the sports books. But hey, let's stay hot with another winner for today. You know what? We're going to roll with the Yankees to beat the Blue Jays. The Yankees have been absolutely on fire. Woodward Bets, oddstrader.com. Check it out.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. It's mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. Stop throwing sugar at me, you jerk face.
Hey,
All right, first question in the chat. Adham and Spencer, are you going to Maddie Miller's wedding? No, she's never getting married.
Yeah, me and Gentry are getting married. Neil Rule is going to be the officiant.
Yeah, Maddie has offered to marry like 15 individuals.
Yeah, you're right.
In the last
I'm
24
desperate.
hours.
What can I say?
What is everyone's favorite Big Boy Strawberry Festival menu?
Strawberry waffle.
Strawberry waffle.
Strawberry salad is so good.
All right,
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I eat salads because I'm thick, but whatever.
I'm thick. Adam, you could have just said you're fat, but that's fine.
Whoa!
And the perfect follow-up to that is, Adam, why are you such a jerk to people?
That's a pretty good segue.
I can't help it. That's why, because this world needs jerks, all right?
He's nice to me.
You can't have a bunch of cupcakes walking around, all right?
No, but you can have a bunch of walruses walking around.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, we don't call them hippos anymore because hippos are actually like pure muscle.
Hippos are one of the scariest animals on the planet.
You know they don't swim; they run in water.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
It's
even
insane.
scarier.
It's insane. They don't swim; they run. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Dude.
Anyways.
Does Harbaugh deserve criticism if he loses to MSU for the third time in a row? No, depending on his season. Right? If they run the table and only lose to Michigan State, no one's going to give a rip.
Yeah,
if they go 10-2 and lose to Michigan State and Ohio State, I think there's a conversation for criticism. Why can't he beat Mel Tucker?
Yeah.
But that's not going to cost him his job. So, no, I don't think there's nothing that Jim Harbaugh can do outside of winning 8 games this year that would put him on the hot seat.
There's nothing that Jim Harbaugh can do, period, that would put him on the hot seat.
Well, if he starts Cade McNamara all season and J.J. McCarthy transfers, that would be a hell of a sin. Imagine trying to build Michigan and actually telling me to my face, you actually want to compete for a national title game. But when you put in J.J. McCarthy against Georgia, he looked a lot better.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
He's more athletic. He's
Oh, wait.
got a bigger arm.
Didn't you watch the Michigan State game?
I did.
Didn't Peyton Thorne make all the throws that Cade McNamara overthrew to open wide receivers?
He did.
Oh, so Peyton Thorne had a big part
downfield.
on the fourth down conversion?
Yeah.
Forward
at the goal line?
down the field.
Does anybody remember?
Does
anybody?
The Red Cedar is a school that's known
Don't you guys
to
ever
all.
do that on the morning show again.
Specialty is winning, and the Spartans play good ball. I can do the whole thing.
This has become a shit show. Jesus Christ. Anyways,
It's Friday. What did you
Cade
expect?
McNamara in the fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah.
Because remember, Cade in the first half, solid.
He looked good.
He looked really good.
Scared. I was scared in the end of the
Look, they had a few underneath routes that went to the house. All right, whatever. What are you going to do? But he actually looked good. In the fourth quarter came, what Cade McNamara do?
He shit his pants.
He shit himself. Yeah. And he had 3 overthrows in the fourth quarter, two of which would have been touchdowns.
Yes.
That would have sealed the game. Didn't matter what Kenneth Walker would have done. I don't want to hear about the goal line sack. I don't want to hear about anything. You failed to throw the football in the fourth quarter to win that football game, and that's why you lost.
Yeah.
Let's see what other questions we have.
Will Big Boy ever have you back after this morning?
Probably not. Probably not.
They love us.
Look, they know
I
what
got my big boy on.
They know what they're getting when they invite me here. Would you rather have Deshaun Watson with one allegation as your quarterback, or Mahomes, considering you'd have to see his wife and brother every time you watch a game?
Man.
I would rather have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, his wife is terrible.
I can't look at his wife. I can't look at his brother. It is everything I'm against in the world.
Do you think Tyreek Hill left because Jackson Mahomes and Juju Smith-Schuster
I think it was a big part of it.
Asked him to do a TikTok?
I think you're Adam. Are you making the big boy guest nervous? I probably am, and
there's a reason no one's sitting anywhere near us.
And I don't blame any of them.
That's fair.
Adam is the Friday show. What? Adam is the.
This is the Friday show. Do you know how to? Do you know how to read?
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
Adam, this is the Friday show.
Well, the chat's moving.
What did you think is going to happen?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Mahomes really went from a 7 when he probably could have got a Maddie.
Facts.
Well, Maddie thinks she's
Elite.
a 6.
Yeah, Maddie.
So.
If Jared Goff's
No, I'm a
girlfriend
solid 4.
If Jared Goff's girlfriend is a 6, what is Patrick Mahomes' wife?
Negative 500.
Yeah, she has to be a negative 5.
Ugly bitch.
I didn't say it. Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
Her psychoness definitely doesn't help her.
She looks like a scarecrow. She is insanely scary as a person. I don't like her.
Yeah, she's not cute.
Patrick, they told me no resting face today.
Patrick Mahomes, though,
God,
he can get it.
woman.
I don't know. The more I look at Patrick Mahomes, the more I see his wife. I don't know how I'm starting to feel about it.
His kid is cute as hell, though.
Yeah, all kids are cute.
That's so not true.
Yeah, ugly parents do make cute
Patrick
kids,
Mahomes
actually.
is not ugly.
He looks like a turtle.
No, he does not. He just sounds like one.
He does sound like a turtle, too.
But he's definitely
Who's
smashable.
cuter, Maddie? Patrick Mahomes or Jake from State Farm?
Patrick Mahomes? Are you talking about the guy I was supposed to go on a date with?
No, the actual guy, like in the commercials.
No, Patrick Mahomes, for sure.
Okay. You know an actual Jake from State Farm?
No, but when I was supposed to go on a date, I told them his name was Jake, and they were like, Jake from State Farm, so that's just like what we referred to him as.
Oh, okay.
That date never happened,
Sorry,
in case anybody was wondering.
You're going to be on the show. You got to keep up.
I do, yeah. Maddie's dating life is
a disaster.
I'm going to have to take notes on that tomorrow.
Yeah, you are.
Who needs this stuff? I just need to get Maddie's
Come to the bar later. We can talk about it.
I got you.
But Patrick Mahomes is like a 9 out of 10. Justin Herbert, though. Ooh,
Patrick Mahomes is a 9 out of 10, but
He's
Jared
beautiful.
Goff's girlfriend is a 6?
Yeah, your
What
taste
this
is
scale?
awful.
I'm also straight, a straight female.
So I could say Patrick Mahomes is an attractive man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I
put
would
him-
smash Justin Herbert and Jimmy Garoppolo, no problem.
Jimmy Garoppolo's way hotter than Patrick.
100%.
That is so not true. I don't think Jimmy G is hotter than Patrick Mahomes. I think Justin Herbert takes the cake, but I don't know what you want.
Jimmy G is way hotter than Patrick Mahomes.
Maddie, you should not talk about
The chiseled
attractive
features?
people.
Why?
Come on now.
Blake Griffin, that's why.
Blake Griffin, he can get it too.
Yeah, he gets it. Don't worry, he gets it.
Blake Griffin looks like Raggedy
That's the
Andy.
problem. There's no standards here. Calling people 10s and 6s. Unbelievable.
He looks like Raggedy Andy.
Unbelievable.
I'm just not even going to rate you guys.
You don't have to. Look, I'm not even in. I don't care.
Because I'd give you like a solid 3.5.
That's fine. That's fine. At least I'm not smashing a guy that looks like Blake Griffin. That's all
He's
that
way
matters.
cuter than Blake Griffin.
Oh, that's why you guys
On your
like him.
scale.
Okay.
Ask me and Spencer. We'll give you the truth.
I've never seen the guy.
Jesus.
God.
You have, actually.
Oh,
You've
okay.
met him.
Yeah, the tall dude at the bar.
Yeah, we're going to chill on that one. We're just going to move on. Anyways.
Hey, but we agree. We'd smash
Is
Jimmy
Fish
G.
wearing his backpack? No, he is not. But it's on
But it
his
is-
chair. It's hanging on his chair.
All right, well, everybody, thank you so much. Big Boy, thank you for having us. Spencer, thank you so much for doing the show with us.
We love you
That was
guys.
awesome. We love all of you. Have a great weekend.
Come visit
Enjoy.
us at Big Boy and
Do
Taylor
us a
on
favor.
Telegraph.
Remember, date up, scale up. Don't be like Maddie and trend down. Everybody have a great
Well,
rest
it's
of
a
your
good
day.
thing that I'm trending up.